Okay, doing a quick review of the Apollointech Pro Jeep Wrangler for JK's 09 to 2018. Switch setup. This is with the red backlighting. So let's see what's in the box. Nicely packaged. Instructions, illustrations, and photos. All our wiring, including zip ties. Here we have, this is the control box or distribution box that goes underneath the hood. Let's see what that looks like inside. I think. There we go. We have all the relays. That's where we hook up all the accessories. It's a nice build, nice steel, metal construction. And lastly, we have a switch pod, which goes right above the rearview mirror. So that's just the first look, and next I will do the install. Okay, first step is going to be to loosen the ECU board, because this slides in right behind it and then bolts back in. So we're going to start by loosening up these bolts. One here, and kind of just work my way around so I can slide the ECU board out to put in the switch pod controller. I want to point out really quick is that for depending on the model of your Jeep, you will have to use different mounting holes. For example, for my 2010 to 2018, you'll be using this hole, and the bottom part here of this big bracket, opposed to if you had an 07 to 2010, you'd be going to this and this to mount it. So I guess it depends on what year you have as a different ECU mounting setup. So again, I'll be using for my 17, it's this one, and the lower part of this is where I'll be mounting this control unit. All right, so I have the box positioned right now. I slid the one bracket down and behind this part of the ECU. The other one is a little hard to see, but basically I had to take the whole bolt out, line up the hole, and just insert it from behind again. So I'm just gonna tighten everything up right now, and that should be it for installing this box, and then we'll get to some of the wiring after that. And now it's time to find where we have to pass through the firewall to bring in the connector. And as you can see, we're gonna be going right at the little black circle. The idea is to put a screwdriver through that, and that'll be the pass through to bring the connector for the switch pod back this way. So that'll be my next step, and I'll show you what that looks like when I'm done. Now I put my screwdriver through, and let me get this. Screwdriver went through. A couple different ways you can do that. If you have a wire snake, coat hanger, you can run a wire through it and tie it to this wire loom for the connector and run it back in. I'm gonna use probably a coat hanger, and let's see how that works out. I pass it through here underneath this thing. Take that bolt out so I get it nice and snug, and I followed the other wire looms straight down into the hole we made, and that gave us access to bringing the wire into the cabin. So from here we'll wire it up and over, which is the next step. Pull up this panel, the side panel comes here, just pops right off. Put my cable up from the firewall through here. Now I need to run it up and over. Rather than take all this off, I use this cable snake, ran it down here, pulled the wire up, and that allowed me to bring the wire underneath the footman loop. So I think I might have to pop this panel off just to get it nice and snug underneath here before I put the panel up. And I also took the freedom tops off because they gave me more access to this whole lovely area. So far so good. Thing, very clear instruction says that there's two positions for the mounting plate. So for my truck, it'll be this one, which puts the plate to the left, and this one puts it more to the center for the 2007, 2008 ones. So you can see I have it mounted correctly for my vehicle. Now it's just a matter of popping it up there, tightening down the bolts, and then also using 3M tape. And they also give you 2 optional screws to screw into the rail up there. So that will be what I'll be doing next, and I'll show you how it looks when it's done. Just finished installing the switch pod. Ran the cable up and over here. There's a little groove right there that lets you kind of pop it in there, and looks pretty clean. I just need to wire up the power, and I should be good to go to see if these turn on and how they look. I run my power wire right there, negative. Power went up and around that way, negative this way. They give you zip ties and everything, so you just strap them in along the wire harness against the firewall, straight down there. I went up in through there, under here, and it connects right into what's connected already to the box here. So that's the final install right there. Just to give you a better view of the switch pod, how it lights up. Master switch, turns everything on, and then lights up the descriptions. Click it on, lights up the picture. It's on. These are off. And again, you can have everything on, then you just master shift switch, shuts everything off. And the dim feature, if you hold this down, it actually dims the switch pod for night driving, if it bothers you. If not, hold it down again, and it comes back to full brightness. Off, on, and there you go.